Whoa! What? What is going on? Okay, so there was this lady, and I put on the hat, and suddenly I was here. Is it cold in here? Ho, ho, ho. Hey, mister, are you a homeless man? What's going on here? You got quite a beard going on there. Um, you're Santa Claus. Yeah, sure you are, pal. Sure you're Santa Claus. And I'm definitely not Mrs. Claus. Let me tell you that. Okay, let me tell you what happened. I'm in New York. I'm walking down the park, and I see this lady. Okay, and she is good looking. She is fine, and she starts to slip on the ice, and I say, "Hey, lady, look out!" I tried to reach out. I tried to grab her, but it's too late. She slips on the ice. She bangs her head, and she was gone. She was just gone. It was awful. And so I try to find like an ID or something so that I can identify her. And when I pick up the hat says, "Put the hat on, it'll know what to do." And it was so weird. It was like a force, like an energy was coursing through my body. And I had to put the hat on. The second I put the hat on, everything gets all swirly, whirly, and suddenly I'm here. I'm here in wherever the heck I am. Where am I, by the way, Mr. Santa? If that is your real name. Okay, look, I know Santa's supposed to be in the North Pole, but where am I really? Okay, because I'm starting to get like super creepy vibes here, and I need a little explanation, because I gotta tell you, I wasn't dressed like this when I was walking down Central Park and it was 10 below. Okay, so what you're telling me is that there is a clause that if Santa Claus dies, the person who puts on his jacket becomes the next Santa Claus. Okay, that's pretty weird. I mean, it'd make a dumb movie, but I guess whatever. It's no weirder than flying reindeer. But you're telling me that if someone puts on Mrs. Claus's hat, if she expires, they become the next Mrs. Claus? Okay, well, that's kind of dumb, because, like, don't you have to, like, I don't know, get married? Don't you have to, I don't know, like, love each other or something? Oh, it's part of the magic. Oh, great. What the magic that I'm seeing here are kidnapping charges. Okay? So, if you could just point me the way home, 2,000 miles that way. Well, I tell you what, sweetheart, I don't think I'm walking it in these heels, let me tell you. It's weird. I've been looking at you this whole time, and I just never noticed that twinkle in your eye. You got like a really nice twinkle. You know? You're cute. You're cute. I really think. Huh. I said that about a guy before. Anyway, so can I just take the hat off and like break the spell? It doesn't matter anymore. It's magic. Great. Okay, well, there's gotta be a way to break the magic that makes me look like this, right? Well, okay. Besides me dying, because that is something I am expressly against. Okay. What other options do we have? If you are, in fact, Santa Claus, and I am now technically Mrs. Is this a wedding ring? Is this a Am I technically married to you? That is disturbing, pal. Okay? And I don't care for that. So, here's what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm gonna bake you some cookies. I mean, I'm gonna sorry, there's something caught in my throat. But seriously though, are you eating enough? Because you look like you've lost a little weight. Wait, how do I know how much weight you've lost or not lost? I've never met you before. This is a little upsetting. This Mrs. Claus, because it seems to be slightly affecting my mental faculties, and I do not very much care for that. So, if you please, is there like an elf I could talk to, perhaps a very intelligent reindeer who could help me dispel this spell? Because I gotta tell you, I've got like a dozen cookie recipes in my head right now, and all I really want to do is cook them all for you. And I don't want to do that. What I want to do is go back to my old life, where I was. And now I can't seem to quite remember my old name, but I know that I didn't used to be Mrs. Claus. So, Samantha, that is a nice name. But that's not my name. That's Mrs. Claus's name. And I'm not Mrs. Claus. Because if I was Mrs. Claus, I would just think you were just as cute as a button. And I would want to be married to you. And we know that that's not the case, Mr. Claus. We know that I do not want to be married to you and spend the rest of my eternity with you. Is that true? Am I immortal now? I mean, until I, like slip on the ice and bang my head or something like that. I am ageless now? Well, that's kind of nice, isn't it? And I live here, where it's so warm inside and cuddly and cozy. And I got all those elves that work for me and you. I gotta admit, it does have a certain amount of appeal to it, but I should get back to my old life, where I have to work a boring day job, where I have just an incalculable amount of debt, where I'm alone. I really need to get back to that. Because what other option do I have? My only other option would be to stay here with you forever. Well, just hypothetically speaking, if I was to remain as Mrs. Claus, I mean, would you love me? You would. Would you take care of me? You would. Kind of having a hard time seeing the downside to this. Also, it's getting harder and harder to remember my old life. I can't remember what I used to look like. I can't remember my name. Whenever I try to think of my face, all I see is the face of Mrs. Claus. And the fact that I'm married to you, Mr. Claus. Nick. Do you go by Nick or Nikolai? Nick is good. Well, I'm going to kind of ease into this, if that's okay. But if it's all right with you, Nick, I thought maybe I'd make us some cookies tonight, and we could sit by the fire, and you could help remind me what it's like to be Mrs. Claus. Thank you so much for watching Roleplay Riot. If you are enjoying this, like and subscribe. And Merry Christmas, Santa Claus.